Okay, we told you about the whole sagas of the Jeep sale and stuff, so we're gonna take these dogs for a walk. They're over here waiting. They were waiting for me patiently, but they seen I was doing a video on my Jeep sale and stuff. So yeah, what do you guys want to do, huh? Where do you guys want to go, huh? Go for a walk? Okay, all right, let's go. Oh boy, they get excited, man. You gotta understand, this is what they live for. Okay, wait a minute now. Wait a minute. I'm pretty fast. I'm pretty fast, but I ain't that fast. Hey, stay still when I try to get the. Okay, I know you want to go too. My female here is. Hey, down. My female is shedding pretty bad. I took her inside the house, and I still been taking them in the house. It throws their clock off. Vegas is like that too. Even if you didn't take them inside, one day it's hot, next day it's cold. Hey, watch yourself. Code enforcement for the city. Got to get the dogs in the camera. Yeah, sold the Jeep. Rookie mistake though. That check, I should have cashed it. Now, it's not going to come into play, gentlemen, but always cash the check. Don't just stick it in unless, even if it's your bank, even if it's the same bank that you bank at, and you have an account there, when you go into the bank, you sign the check, cash it, then deposit the cash. You don't just deposit the check, you cash it and then deposit it. That way there's no way the check, it can't come back to bite you. Now, it's a car dealership, reputable car dealership, guys. But a friend of mine just bought a car. Okay. I had the car for about 3 weeks. The dealership called him and said, you got to bring it back. Your financing didn't go through. So he fibbed a little bit on his application. So oh boy, they fight each other. Hot damn. Man, they're fighting each other. They're family, for Christ's sake. But in any case, the guy had the car for three weeks. Dealer called him up and said, hey, you got to bring the car back. So he did. So it just shows you what can go down. Anyways, man, to be one day have to one day have let's see here, what do I have, 3 4, so one day you got 6 vehicles, and the next day, 2 months later, now you got 2 or 5 vehicles. I didn't have that Jeep. I traded in 3 vehicles to get the Jeep, new Jeep. But in any case, everything's good, guys. Life is good. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you a little story. Now, you guys all know that I used to do Turo. Turo is one of the... No, we're not going that way. Fucking dogs. Break right. But in any case, let's see, where did I leave off? Oh yeah, Turo. You really don't ever want to do Turo, guys. Turo is one of the cheapest, sucky ass companies there ever was. People who do it, I don't know how the fuck they make money. But in any case, let me tell you how the saga of how you make money doing Turo. I know this guy and his son. They've got 40 cars. Okay? They've got a warehouse. They don't have apartments. They live at the warehouse. They've got a shower there. They've got a sofa, big screen TV, a toasting oven, and a microwave, and a freezer, refrigerator. They live there. They've got to have a warehouse that can at least park 10 premium cars inside of it. Watch out for that poop. Get out of there. But in any case, okay, they got 40 cars. You got insurance. You've got registration here in Nevada is high. Insurance is high. I'm sure they got some type of umbrella coverage that covers all of their cars. They certainly can't have like State Farm or Allstate or anything like that, because if they find out they're doing Turo, you ain't going to be able to insure your car with them. So they got some type of business umbrella insurance, and I'm sure they carry minimum liability on these vehicles insurance, because they don't get out of there. They don't drive them, they just rent them. But in any case, getting back to the story, these guys have got 40 fucking cars, right? I got picked up by one of these guys. He's an Uber driver. The father. They got 40 fucking cars. Excuse my French. And the father is still driving Uber to make ends meet. Now, what does that tell you about Turo? Being in the Turo business, that should be telling you that you can't make money to support two people doing it. So you better like living in a warehouse and have a toaster oven. Who knows if they have a shower there? If they don't, they probably have a gym membership where they go take a shower. But you know, I mean, it's common. It's smart to not have an apartment. I mean, it's better to live at the warehouse. I mean, you're going to be there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, renting cars. Now, also, these guys have 40 cars. Okay? You're not going to go anywhere ever in your entire life. You are going to live and die right here in Las Vegas. You're not going anywhere. You can't afford to go anywhere. You have to be here to rent those cars, pick those cars up, and prep those cars for a new rental. If they get damaged, they're more than likely, if it's an exotic car, it could be on the shelf. I mean, look at my Tesla. My Tesla was drivable, so I was able to wait for it to all come together. But if it wasn't drivable, it would have been in the shop for 6 months. Do you get what I'm saying? The point I'm trying to make is Turo is a suckhead company. A lot of people that rent cars on Turo, they got a car, I said, well, hey, get the fuck. Don't you do that anymore. I told you I'm going to kick you in the ass if you do it. He wanted to go poop. We don't go for that shit here. I told him, don't be doing that shit. I'm not picking it up. I can take this scarf off. Okay, where do we leave off here? Oh, the insurance. Turo uses Snapsheet right now. Snapsheet is a notorious lowball, 50% lowball insurance company. I had damage on one of my cars. Fortunately, you weren't able to see it, but the estimate on the repair was $3,700. Snapsheet gave me $1,800. Okay, now certainly the body shop was high by $1,000, but certainly it was a $2,700 repair, easy. Snapsheet only gave me $1,800, and that's the company that Turo uses. So they fuck people that way too. No, I didn't get fucked because this particular damage, you couldn't see it. It was on the roof of the vehicle. Even when I traded the car in, they didn't see it. So, but I collected a check for $1,800 plus my $250 deductible. So, but point being, they're using Snapsheet. Now, I could have took it to, you also have a choice of taking it to one of their dealers' car repair facilities. So if the car wasn't drivable, that's where I would have went. And I still would have had to pay $250. And usually that car will be down for at least a month. I had a Toyota Camry that was down for 6 weeks because it had a smashed up door. And the people who smashed it up said, don't worry about it. It's just a little scrape. We're gonna rub it out. Glass. But in any case, Turo is a shitty company. Snapsheet is a shitty company. Uber and Lyft are shitty companies. They, you know, they have no inventory. They're using other people's cars so they don't have to replace belts or hoses or tires or brakes. The owner of the car has to do that. But in any case, you get what I'm saying. Turo is a sucky company. I know firsthand because I used to do it. Boy, that was a blessed day to, you know, be able to sell, trade in 3 of my cars for a new Jeep and wash my hands of Turo. Dudes, I can't tell you how much, you know, I thought I was gonna have to sell those cars myself. If I would have sold them myself, I might have made, I don't know, 2,000 more, maybe 3. But by trading them in at the dealer, boom, I wash my hands right away. Hey, quit jerking around. Here's another house that's like 4 or 5 houses in my neighborhood that were bought by an investor group. They come in, repair it, put it up for sale, or not for sale, for rent. They rent them. When you have an investor group come in and they own a bunch of houses. They can adjust that, make a very big adjustment on that rental price. It can skyrocket quite quickly. I mean, we just walked by 2 of the houses. There's another one on my street that they're renovating right now. And they call me quite often. And I tell them, okay, give me $750,000 and you can have it. So one of these days they're going to take me up on it. But when they want to take me up on it, then it's going to be $1 million. But in any case, you get what I'm saying, guys. Yeah, we're just taking the normal route today. We got caught up yesterday. I missed a day walking the dogs, but we ended up doing a double walk yesterday, so we got caught up. Today we're just doing the normal 2 miles. Wow. So if you're thinking about getting into the Turo car business, rentals, don't do it. You know, a lot of people have cars, right? I was going off on this tangent. And they rent cars. And I would talk to them and say, well, you know, how many cars you got out? They would say, well, we got them all rented now. And I would say, well, you got one parked in your driveway right there. She said, yeah, well, they're picking it up in 3 days. Okay, well then for 3 days it's not rented, it's sitting there. Is that correct? They said, yeah, that's correct. People that rent, just because the car is rented, but it's not going to be picked up for 3 days, they say, oh yeah, it's already rented. It's rented. No, it's not. It's sitting in your fucking driveway collecting dust, not money. Anyways, it's a fucked up company. I had my stint with them. I started in 2020, and I quit. Well, my cars are still on there. They're ghosted right now. But I don't have 4 of the cars that were on there. Now my Tesla's on there, but it's due for an inspection, and I'm not going to get it. So I just want to aggravate them by keeping the account in limbo, where they have to keep me in limbo there, you know what I'm saying? Now, one day I might put my big Jeep on there. And then what you can do, maybe even like next year, see, I'll have to, you know, file my taxes with doing Turo as of this year too, of course. But next year, you know what I'm saying, you can claim a loss. You can claim a loss this year if you want to. No, I won't claim a loss this year, but I won't have any profit either. I mean, you don't want to claim a loss. You know what I'm saying? It's just not, it's bad for business. Let's just say that. I could, but I'm not going to. But anyways, I'm just glad I'm out of the business. I can't tell you, you know, how much of a fun thing that is. I mean, I was telling you last year when I was in Idaho that I'm going to sell the cars, and voila, you know, I sold all of them at once. Now next year we'll probably be going to Montana, Idaho, British Columbia, and we'll probably be gone for a month. And I'll probably have 2 visits, maybe 3 weeks the first time, and then a month the second time. We're gonna get out of Las Vegas in July and August, a little bit of September, so that we avoid the heat. July and August is brutal here in Las Vegas. I got to change the oil on the dirt bike. I've got to change the oil on the 2 generators. Get over here. I don't know why these cogs are so fucking flaky today. Yeah, you got to change the oil on the generators, and there's one generator that has a little bit of fuel in it, so we got to empty that fuel out, leave enough fuel in there to heat it up. That's like a small cap full of fuel. You want to heat it up before you change the oil, but the rest of it comes out. We won't be using the generators until maybe, I don't know, might use them in February, March. Certainly, probably April. You know, in April, we're probably got a trip to Caliente. May, we'll have a trip to Cave Lake. I would do both those trips in one, but Cave Lake is too cold in April, and Caliente is too hot in May. So do the math. You have to do one in early April, and the other one you have to do in late April. Now those are just, you know, like 3-4 day trips, 2 nights, 3 days, maybe 3 nights, 4 days, you know, that type of shit. The Jeep will be doing, the new Jeep will be doing it. We'll have that son of a bitch all dialed in for camping. Oh man, it's gonna be so styling now. It's gonna get terrible gas mileage. I would say the projected numbers, once you get on the highway, turn off the performance exhaust. I think when you turn that performance exhaust on, the mileage goes down even a little bit more, I believe. I mean, not a ton, but a little bit. Good boys. Man. Like I said, I think that once I get on the freeway in Hollis, Mass, you know, I'll probably get around. If I had to take a guess, I'll put my maybe 10, 11. Now, keep in mind, my other Jeep got around 13. 12, 13. So, I mean, I got good mileage on the way going north through Nevada because I believe I had a good tailwind. So I was getting 16. So on the way back, I was getting 13, 12, 13. So, you know, to be able to be driving a 392 Hemi and being able to get 10, 11, I think that's a good trade-off, guys. What do you think? Okay, good boys. Yeah, this old boy's gonna get nice and cleaned up, and she's gonna be parked in the garage like she used to in the old days when I first got her. So I've already threw away some stuff. There's a engine cover for the old Jeep, tossed it. As you can see, these pieces for the new Jeep are out here already. I'm not going to throw those away, but you know, I've got a box full of items right there that came off of the Jeep when they put the lift kit on. So you know, they'll stay there for a while, and I'll probably end up tossing them. I'd like to be able to sell these tires. Fucking good tires, man. You know, you just have to come down in the price, and I will. You know, if I have to sell those babies for $2,000, so be it. But anyways, okay. I'm not sure what I'm going to do right now. I should do some work on the Jeep. I'm going to shut you down. I'll let you know what we're going to do.